Welcome back, everybody, to our spring training 2019. Well, what we eat is one of the most important things when it comes to being healthy. You heard Galen say that earlier. After a long day at work or running after the kids, it can be difficult to come up with last-minute ideas for a healthy and nutritious meal. And that's why meal prep, you hear about meal prep all the time, is becoming so important and so popular. Here to share some tasty and delicious meal prep ideas is Lindsay Guentzel. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I was thrilled when we had you the last time. We mentioned this idea, and you're like, I am an expert because you have a weight loss journey of your own.
Yes.
Can you quickly tell us, I think you briefly mentioned before, but what was your journey like?
Yeah, you know, I am an emotional eater. I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm sad, I eat when I'm celebrating. It all revolves around food. And I found that when I was left to my own devices and I was going to go out to eat. You know, I worked downtown Minneapolis, going into the Skyway, trying to pick out something healthy. I always gave myself the benefit of the doubt that it was going to turn out the way I expected it to. And we'll just be honest, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't. No offense to the Skyways. No offense, but no, it doesn't.
Chinese takeout in the middle of the day. I know.
There's nothing better, but let's not fool ourselves.
Right, right. And so when I started cooking, the thing I got asked about the most was meal prepping. And this is from people, I break people down into 3 categories. There are the people who are experts. They've got it done. They've got it down to a science. It works for them and they're happy. There are people who are right in the middle who maybe do a little bit. And then there are the people who are like, no meal prep. They're like the old me. You know, I lost almost 30 pounds and I've been able to keep it off. And meal prepping is a huge part of it. Now, it's kind of unfair because I love to cook. Yeah. So I love my Sundays. I set up my computer. I watch my Bravo shows that my boyfriend doesn't like to watch.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, so I set up in the kitchen and it's me time and I genuinely enjoy it. So I know that not everyone's in that boat. So we're going to just simplify things today.
That's right, if you're not a person. So where should we start? Which one should we do first?
Well, let's start down here because the last time I was here, we talked about brunch and it was a show.
Yes.
Meal prepping is a mess.
Meal prepping is not a show. It's not supposed to be fancy. No.
When I'm done in the kitchen, it looks like a food tornado has gone through. And that's how it's supposed to be. I take 1 to 2 hours out of my weekend. I let it get chaotic. And then I know that during the week, that stress is going to be minimized. Because I wake up in the morning, I know what I'm eating for breakfast. I know what I'm eating for lunch. And dinner sometimes is
a little wishy-washy.
Yes.
This one.
Yes, let's start down here. So this is for someone who does no meal prepping, and it kind of shows you both sides of it. So every weekend, if you're someone who has not done any meal prepping, get your meats done and some veggies done. Now, obviously here, I went to Fresh Time. I hit up the salad bar. This is like the epitome of baby stepping into meal prepping.
Yes.
You don't cook it all. You don't have time. Meal delivery is not for you. Hit up your salad bar. Right here, you've got, depending on how big your family is, 1 to 2 nights of stir-fried veggies at a minimal cost. Yes, it's a little excessive to go to the salad bar, but this at least gets you started. Yes, and then there's no excuses. This is just a beef chuck roast I did in a slow cooker during the day on Sunday. It's got a little barbacoa on there. Rick Bayless makes some great just little packets you can throw in the slow cooker. It's got a nice taste to it. So we had this for dinner last night, and then I cut up the rest. I've got it in a container ready to go, and the key with that, glass containers, because you can heat it up in the oven or the microwave without worrying about it.
Oh, and you can find those really cheap. Target or Walmart has those really cheap.
Absolutely.
I love that. A little bit of protein, and that fills you up. People, I'm telling you, I want to feel, look, I'll follow any plan, but I don't want to walk away going, sure could get a brownie. That fills you up. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had Lindsay on talking about the protein bars and the protein balls. I mean, the recommended protein that you're getting from what science tells you versus what a trainer tells you is night and day.
Yeah.
So before we get to this, I want to just give off 2 quick tips.
Yeah.
And these are 2 that I live by. My friend Rachel, who I met actually through going to Lifetime, she told me her trick was pick 1 meal a week you're okay eating that's going to be the same. So whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, depending on what your work schedule is like, maybe you work 3rd shift, or maybe you eat dinner at night with your family, or you eat out at lunch with your coworkers a lot, pick that 1 meal, super easy, stick it the same thing, then you don't have to worry about it. And I know some people think, oh, that's boring. Yeah. But that's just...
It's a good,
It's just what you got to do. And then the other thing, the second you get home with your produce, clean it, cut it up, and put it into containers so you see it done in the fridge.
Before you go on to do something else.
So here I've got a shepherd's pie. It's ground beef, tons of veggies loaded with broccoli rice, cauliflower rice. There's some onions, some seasoning in there. Chipotle peppers give it a little bit of kick. This I made a batch. We'll see it down there later when I literally show you what I'm eating for lunch this week. This is super easy. I threw it together. It's in a glass container. I come home from work. I'm going to dump the hash browns right on top, maybe throw a little cheese in there, throw it in the oven. 15 minutes, because everything in here is cooked essentially.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about anything but heating it up.
And it's done. And finally?
This is what I'm eating this week. I went into my fridge and I took out what I'm eating.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so I did a slow cooker egg bake. It's got a sweet potato crust, so you're getting veggies right away. Again, the rice, broccoli, and cauliflower, bacon, egg. This is some more of that shepherd's pie. And then just an easy 3-bean salad. So these are my 2 meals I've committed to eating the same each week.
Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Lindsay will be back as well during our spring training month. You can learn more about Lindsay and check out her recipe ideas right there, lindsayguentzel.com.